Hello, everyone. This is Kev, and this is Black Men Being Brutally Honest, and we are here for another Reaction Wednesday. Uh, please hit like on the way in, and I want you guys to understand that this is a reaction show, so whatever I see in these YouTube streets, especially local to this space, that I feel as if is worth a reaction, I will give it that reaction. And just want you guys to understand that this is a fair use environment. Um, this is just for edutainment, and it is nothing personal. See who's in the chat. All right, we got Phil Brad. What's good? Got Hybrid Catastrophic Impact X83rd Power. Thanks for being here. Long live Andre 416 Reform. What's going on? I mean, it said Andre the Giant. Not quite, but we know what you mean. Yeah. So yeah. Sometimes you see things and you want to understand that when you're involved in a space, you're also involved in a narrative. Um, I want you guys to understand that these reactions are really nothing personal. I might take exception somewhat to what is being said in the broadcast itself, but we'll just take it from here. So, all right, let me give some shout outs. First of all, shout out to the replay gang. Just want to let you guys know how important you are to the algorithm of this channel because you take the time to watch this video on your own. Also, shout out to the live chat and the moderators. Thank you for being here in real time. These reaction Wednesdays happen during the work week, and yeah, just thanks for being up this late hour or wherever you are on this planet. Shout out to the members. Thank you for your support from month to month. It is really appreciated and loved by me. So members are as follows: Greg, Aaron P, Phil Brad, Days, Indigo Flow, The God Gold P, D Rock Den, American Negro, D Scott, Andre 416 Reformed, Black Light Revelations 2, and Mr. Me 2. Thank you guys once again. Your support is very much appreciated. All right. So, listen up. If this is going to be sort of another disagreeable reaction. This video is probably about 2.5 minutes long, maybe almost 3 minutes. But I'm going to show it to you, and I'm going to be reacting to it. Hopefully, this content creator right here, like I said with the other ones, I'm fair using your stuff. This person fair uses other people's stuff, so I'm sure it's okay. So, and this person, this content creator, also helped me understand the importance of your sound quality. Having your mic game, kind of right. And yeah, that is important because having a mic can be it can add a little bit to your channel. So the content creator that I am referring to is DJ Kuda. I think he's a cool guy. I really do. And if you know this guy or not, that's fine. Go check his channel out. I'll be putting the link to his channel in the description after this broadcast. And yeah, it's just I would say this video is about the narrative of the Black Manosphere. And it's something that if you have your ear to these YouTube streets, it's something you hear very often. And for me to continue to hear that stuff, I'm just gonna say I kind of disagree with what's being said. Not to say that there's not people that's close to or into space that aren't like that, but at the same time, when you're proud of such and you understand that you have so much opposition as far as the mainstream narrative, then why add to it? I'm not saying that it had much of an impact or had too much impact. I just need to somebody needs to say something. Just to okay, if I say I am a member of said space that's going to be talked about, then let's ask these kinds of people some questions. I'm not saying this content creator is going to come through. He's feel free to, or he's going to be watching it later. He's tagged in the description so he could watch it. I'm not going to be too long with this. How much of a 2.5 minute video can you react to? So this will likely be around for the replay gang to watch. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Yeah. So I want everyone that watches this channel, live broadcast, pre-recorded, edited video, BMBBH News, the Smoke Show. I want them to understand, like, if you're going to associate Black Manosphere with this channel, like I do, then this is what we are facing. And these are content creators that are local to the space. This is actual content. This is an actual content creator that is in the Black Manosphere, but um, lately there's been this sentiment that there are two Black Manospheres. Just want to keep you guys informed on this kind of stuff. Is the Black Manosphere that want to save Keisha and not really for black men and trying to, they would say, grift. And then there's them, they're the real Black Manosphere. There's some you know actual purpose, or some type of uh forward thinking. And that's the kind of thing that um I was covering last week. You had another content creator who believes that he's the same thing, like he's in a better Black Manosphere. And what he is saying is more correct. And I'm talking about uh Man of Tomorrow. He exemplifies what the Black Manosphere really should be about. And I mean, for as far as myself as a content creator, I'm like, I don't think it should be a tug of war, or some type of a Niggerlander complex contest type deal. And I hear he was quite upset about it. But I mean, dudes like that stay upset. So if you are a viewer of his and you want to follow that guy and you want that guy to be your leader, then by all means, settle down over there. But whether you feel like you're a part of this Black Manosphere or that Black Manosphere or whatever spear you want to claim, because everybody, there's also all of these guys that say they hate the Manosphere, they hate the Black Manosphere, but then they're always trying to name their own spear. Yeah, I'm the wise spear, because I'm wiser than everybody. Like, people, people that they want their own spear of consciousness. And it's okay. I have no problem with people going with certain names and certain ideologies, because this is what this whole thing is about, isn't it? Whether you want to talk about excuse me, what you see when you go outside in your community, what goes on in the news, what new cool things are headed our way, or what horrible bad things are headed our way is it's just something to talk about. And this kind of this genre of YouTube that's gaining momentum, I would say. uh Shoot, is a pretty cool thing for us to have, to be able to not always talk about something else that's going on, talk about the things that are associated with us. And for many of us men, straight men, it's like for many reasons pussy become a part of the conversation. So so it's like it's all things. And for a space like this, it's all things black men. You can't just cherry pick what you don't like and say, hey, this is, I mean, if you view it as a problem, if you're a content creator yourself, you always have room to say something about it and deliver it in a way that will help rebuild, not, I would say, cause problems for certain content creators indirectly. And is always the ones who really suffer the most really are the guys who ain't really what these guys say the space is about. Now, if I will say this, if we are going to be a space, we need to be one that is of a good image. And I will continue to push that, include myself included, making sure that I always carry a good image. And, for the inevitability that, one day I'm probably going to have to show myself more and more. And, that's easy for you to say, but, speaking this way and speaking freely and having a family is very complicated. So, I mean, and I know how some of you are thinking, boo hoo, nigga, yeah, I know, right? Boo hoo. But hey, believe me, every move I make for the viewing audience. It ain't necessarily for me. So I just want you guys to understand that. What I also want you to understand is this: if there is a position that I could take to fight back the BS, I will. I'm not going to let anyone get harmed because of someone's opinion. And it's been a lot of that going around lately. Whether I'm your YouTuber or not, I mean, shit, you can go all kinds of places in this space. It'll be particular content creators, and it'll be the Black Manosphere. It's just that it's something that's not associated good. And and I know I say it a lot, and I know there are content creators that want me to focus on the positives, which is cool. I'm focused on the positives too. Controversy creates cash. Bad publicity is still publicity. You can do that all day with this thing. But let me just go ahead and just turn this video on for you. Let me just go ahead and set it up real quick. I mean, I already have it pulled up. So, and we got Black Light Revelations 2 in the building, making his super chat comment. Member for 2 months. Appreciate it. What's going on, Rob? Said this space is one of the best things that ever happened to black men. Black men media. Alrighty. Yeah. That wasn't me that said that. That was somebody that's watching that said that. And he counts. That's a black man down there. Regardless of what you may think, and throw up your little words like COINTELPRO and all these conspiracy theories. No, we are black men. And ain't nothing wrong with that. That's the whole point of why I'm reacting to this particular video. So Let me go and turn it on. Okay, all right. Like I said last week, the way I said things was pretty I would say negatory toward the content creator. Now that content creator deserved it. Yes, he did. He deserved it. I mean, he deserves it some more, but I'm not gonna spend every week on him like he does with us. Spends every week. So I mean, there's some kind of tool that makes these kinds of videos. If I can resort to it myself, I will. I don't exactly know what it's like, just yeah, it's pretty cool, I would say. It makes it look a little bit more professional, but it's internet professional. So I want y'all to listen to what's being said in this video. And there are a lot of fucking people who agree with this sentiment. And I don't know if it's like if there's some validity to it, if it's just like if you got a whole bunch, like what they say, if it's a whole bunch of people saying something, it must be some truth to it. We have to look at this because if we don't, it could escalate. And I mean, like you can use these two words as a branding or whatever. You have plenty of people that are opposed to it, and unfortunately, those people are black. Because I mean, in my brutally honest opinion, we don't fight for shit as a people anyway. So, a few of us are, I guess. I mean, shoot, but it's like there are I'll just put it to you like this. There are content creators that don't want to touch this space at all. They don't want to be anywhere near it. I mean, they'll talk about it all day. They'll mention it 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times a week, but they don't want to be associated with the space. Yeah, is a. I mean, and if you want me to get real brutal, there are people. There's a big old sentiment of people that believe this space is a joke. That we're not solving anything, we're not doing anything, we're not getting anything done. All we want to talk about is women, the womans. It's just. I mean, it's a conversation, bruh. I mean, you point to the shit that you don't like. Oh yeah, they say all kinds of egregious things like we're we support sexual deviancy over here. They hear one or two guys say it instead of taking down the name, they say Black Manosphere. And see, my thing is this kind of thing keeps happening, and I'm not fear mongering myself, but I'm just the kind of guy, just a slight chance that the wrong people will take that kind of shit seriously. It only takes one person, you know what I'm saying? Martin Luther King was one person, and guess what? You may not believe what he said, or you may believe what he actually, what he was doing to black people in your version of it, but he definitely made impact. You know, he did enough to keep people talking till this day. So I want y'all to understand this. What if someone who has an outstanding personality decide to undertake this kind of shit right here? And I mean, I'm serious, guys. I'm not. Everybody's like, don't worry, don't pay attention to these niggas. I mean, I get it, but hey, this is a reaction. So let me play this video. It is 2 minutes and 52 seconds. You know what that means, guys? It is 8 seconds from being 3 minutes. Let's watch.
Have you ever pondered the conundrum of the Black Manosphere and its reputation for grifting?
Conundrum and grifting already. 5 seconds in.
A space that was supposed to be a sanctuary for black men to express their feelings, experiences, and perspectives on life has now, allegedly, become a hub for hustlers.
Yeah, there are black men that are here doing exactly that. All up into the hustler part. I mean, let me put you guys like this, and I'll use myself as an example. If I was depending on this for like stable income, this YouTube thing, and I know many of you heard me say this before, but for these new viewers, these guys that are just coming in, if I depended on YouTube to sustain my life, I would be on the streets without a family. I mean, all that shit. Living in a car, and it just is. It'll be bad. Seriously, it'll be bad. I'll be on. I mean, the middle of town with a cup house, talking about some please help. You know, just for real. I mean, shit. And the thing is with these content creators that say this and keep putting this shit out, if they could make $5,000 a month off YouTube, you best believe they'll take that shit. I threw 5,000 out there, but they'll take the money. Trust me, all of us would. What is grifting? You're telling people what to do with their money? I mean, seriously, what exactly am I trying to sell you that, or any of these content creators? What are they trying to sell you that is a scam or some type of deception? Like, okay,
But what are the reasons behind this perception? Could it be the lack of accountability, the peddling of misinformation, or perhaps the constant internal strife? Firstly, accountability is a critical aspect that seems to be missing within the Black Manosphere. Often
how accountability. If you ask me a question, I will answer it. I don't believe any of these guys in this space will. I mean, when also, like, I guess keep in mind when they talk about Black Manosphere, they mean like audience members too. So
individuals within this space make claims or give advice without substantial evidence or tangible results to back them up. This lack of accountability leads to a situation where misinformation is spread and the audience is misled, creating a breeding ground for grifting. Secondly,
mm, like I've said, and I get the point this video is trying to make. If it is misinformation, if it is being interpreted in a way that is harmful to the person itself, that can be dangerous. But it sounds to me like they're talking like it's leaning more toward a cult around here. And that would never be, just from the viewing audience over here, that would never be an intention of mine to ever do that to whoever's watching. I'm not gonna ask you guys to drink the special Kool-Aid. I mean, you make the choice to listen. That's pretty much you making an adult decision that I appreciate. So
the Black Manosphere, unfortunately, has a reputation for peddling misinformation.
uh, peddling it, yeah, it that's true based on the fact that you have plenty of people out there putting out little editorials here and there. You got content creators on YouTube going to other podcast platforms to um, say that this is what we're doing. So, yes, the perception is real. And understand that my belief is that this because it's black men doing it, grown black men who are speaking out a term that is eliciting the anger of hoes.
Misinformation here is not just about false statements, but also about the propagation of harmful stereotypes, particularly about black women. This narrative does not only harm the image of black women, but also fuels division and animosity within the community.
Here we go. Here we go with this. I'm just like a everybody talks about everybody person. Either everyone's gonna do it or no one's gonna do it. It's not gonna be they can do it, but you can't do it, or you can do it, but they can't do it. I don't want anyone to stop. I want everyone to tell how they feel. I don't want anyone to hide. No, I mean, at least about, instead of the bullshit. instead of the bullshit. But this whole thing is just is it sounds like the usual. All y'all do over here is talk about black women. Heterosexual black men are going to talk about women, whether in a positive way or in a negative way. The thing is, a lot of these men, and this is okay. There's perception versus reality. A lot of these men feel as if they have to defend the reputation of black men because of the stereotypes that are already out there about us. This whole black men should shut up sentiment and everybody else should talk. You dudes need to get rid of that. Like I said, it's nothing personal. You just need to rewire your thinking. I'm not saying that you should spend every day doing it. Like, man, fuck these hoes, man. Why they keep having these kids by Pookie? Huh? Huh? Why didn't they choose me? This is exactly what you guys say. You say it as if, why didn't a troubled mind choose me? No, what many of us are saying is, hey, I was somewhere else doing something else. I'm not responsible for this shit. I'm not responsible for turning a community into a garbage heap. Those kinds of people were saying I wasn't cool for not being on a street corner every fucking day. So, to this is why, and funny these words should be on the screen community. A lot of these guys that say this shit, that I mean, they bring up these two words right here, but it's in a very dismissive fashion, like as if there is no black community. We have no identity. Our identity was given to us by the white man, but carry around the white man's mentality, as far as how you view black men. So, yeah, the programming is, somewhat embedded in all of us. It's just worse in some of us than others. Trust me. I don't care if someone shares a bad opinion about an adult. I don't. Some of you out there, I understand, are a little sensitive. And believe you me, I don't hate black women. I love black women, but I shouldn't have to say that based on the fact that I run a podcast, that I do live streams, that I'm on YouTube, that I speak out of turn. I don't have to be told to do it first. Let's continue.
Moreover, internal strife is another factor that contributes to the grifting reputation. The Black Manosphere is often seen as a battleground where personalities clash over ideologies and methods.
Oh God. Through that has happened throughout the history of man. The history of man itself. Even the goddamn cavemen. How do you think they discovered fire? They argued about it first. We should use sticks. No, we should use rocks. No, we should use sticks and rocks. Oh, look. Spark, spark, fire. We put our heads together. And it evolved from there. It evolved from there. But when black men do it, it's all of a sudden it's a clash. And I do understand, but when you say shit like this, you're gonna have to be more specific to the content creators that you are referring to. Like last week's content creator, who was referred to as Mini by MOT, as MOT. I disagree with the way he approaches things. He believes that he is commanding respect. I don't believe he is. So when you have another guy, say content creator X, say I'm a part of the Black Manosphere, you want to place this on him. You know I'm saying, just think about it. You're blowing it.
This constant infighting distracts from the space's core mission.
Okay, what? I have not heard lately, unless I don't know, I missed this particular live stream. One guy who suggests that what the space's core mission is, who complains about people besides themselves doing it. I haven't heard a real breakdown on what the core mission is. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it was about black men having a voice, something that no one seems to really give a fuck about. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, like, I'm not playing victim or anything. It's just that I'm gonna speak anyway. I'm never gonna feel like I can't. And content creators down there like Rob, shouldn't feel like they can't either. Like, it's BS. Don't ever be afraid, and don't make anybody lead you to believe that it's a bad thing. And infighting, as in what? You have a big ass sector that doesn't even consider themselves, Black Manosphere. In fact, that sector hates the Black Manosphere. That has a lot of fighting. It has a lot of fighting over there. Why I don't see videos like this about those sectors? About the I'll pull up on you nigga sector. This is your address sector. Fuck your kid sector. Like, why don't nobody, like, I mean, a little bit of that might happen on these shows, like some girl that came up to the, and I call her a girl because a woman doesn't act like the way this girl acted, came up there, got mad at Andre 416 reform, and then started talking about his kid, hoping his kid, very egregious act, something happens to his child. My thing is, for grown ass people who do that kind of thing, my suggestion is that they grow up, whether they're in the space or not. But I this is like the umpteenth video. Well, not even the umpteenth, like out of dozens and dozens of the complaint videos and live streams that I've seen. It's like no one ever makes videos about these other sectors. They don't. And these sectors are very toxic and very bullyish. But, come to us instead. Come to us instead. Some of you can't even have a good conversation about it. Like, oh, well, this is my problem with the. I mean, somebody came up here and did that a couple weeks ago, saying, "Hey, this is what my problem with this space is," and left it at that. Wasn't disrespectful or anything. And we can always feel free to disagree. But I mean, it ain't that bad over here. Trust me. Y'all just mad because Boom Quisha, who's hiding behind a screen name, said that these dudes over here are alphabet and broken, all other kinds of things, and and you want to, since you on Niggerlander shit, I don't want to, I don't want to be associated with that. So let me continue the video.
And instead becomes a spectacle that some individuals exploit for personal gain. Interestingly, the Black Manosphere has a unique feature: its vernacular. The language used within this space has become a defining characteristic, with phrases and expressions becoming a part of the mainstream conversation. Figures like Kevin Samuels, the Angry Man, DJ Kuda.
Figures like Angry Man, Kevin Samuels, and DJ Kuda. All right, shout out to DJ Kuda. This is the guy this channel is on. So, all right, so we've heard of the Angry Man, we heard of Kevin Samuels. Now there's DJ Kuda. All right.
Zero, Ron Wills, and Alan Roger Curry.
Zero don't even make content anymore. I mean, he'll come up every now and again, and he'll join a panel, and he'll start talking about the pseudo dangers of SBE, and daddy daughters, girl dads, and dads with daughters, and how they shouldn't be in the space. And I'm like, well, goddamn, I fit that description. But but the reason why I say those content creators' name is he feels as if those guys are closer to what the space was about, which was, I mean, they talk about pretty much the same shit. I mean, I'm sorry.
Have all contributed to this vernacular, and it has become an identity of the Black Manosphere. However, new critics of the Black Manosphere often end up imitating this vernacular.
New critics of the Black Manosphere, critics hate. as in like, well, we shouldn't dumb down the haters. I mean,
thereby copying the space they criticize. This imitation might be a subconscious attempt to connect with the audience, or a strategic move to gain credibility within the community. Regardless, it shows the influence and reach of the Black Manosphere beyond its borders.
oh, we're
To
going
recap, the
mainstream.
reasons for the Black Manosphere's reputation for grifting are multifaceted. A lack of accountability, the spread of misinformation.
What the hell does the white dude holding the Black Lives Matter sign supposed to symbolize? Pearl? I mean, they're all mad about Pearl. I can give them about 5 good reasons why we shouldn't give a shit about Pearl. I mean, it's Jesus.
Internal strife, and the imitation of its vernacular by critics all contribute to this perception. The Black Manosphere is at a crossroads. It needs to improve and go mainstream before it's too late. Many
Okay, many do believe that the Black Manosphere should not go mainstream. And by mainstream, I often hear Kuda express that, get your microphones, get your sets, because some people that's gonna already be loaded with this stuff already is gonna come in, and you've seen many podcasts spring up, and they are doing pretty well. That have come in, used our talking points. Some of the, I would say, the tier of content creator that I would say I'm in, as far as, if there are guys that got tens of people watching them, there are guys that have hundreds of people watching them, and there are some guys that can get in the thousands. So somebody come in, they got their microphone game up, they got the Shure microphone, they got a room with several chairs and several microphones, and a couple girls sitting over here, a couple guys sitting over there, and they talk about the exact same shit that the guys that are within the Black Manosphere in the many smaller channels talk about. So I do get that, is that there can be an argument made about how this space needs to evolve past just firing up a stream yard. But what is important is that you understand 2 things. Number one, if you are listening to a podcast, I would say on like Amazon or some type of website, you don't see that motherfucker. You hear him talking. That's it. Radio disc jockeys of the past, nobody ever asked to see their faces. There is a there is a some type of belief out there that with that the Black Manosphere are a bunch of guys that talk behind avatars because they're afraid to show themselves, because we are cowards for not wanting people to see our faces. And I will argue many times is that this is because many of these guys have good jobs, and many of you are too sensitive to listen to what these guys have to say. So what you do is you decide that you want to go into the other shit, like calling their jobs, or other crummy ass shit. And this is why guys have avatars. But I do understand what he's saying. If you really want to go big, you're gonna have to take that step to evolve at some point or another, because YouTube, the platform itself, is a camera-based platform. Visuals is something that really counts around here. And that doesn't mean anything that that you think the guy on the other end is ugly, because the guys that cam up, I don't think them guys look good. Shit. But I know they could give a fuck what I believe. Yeah, I'm just saying. Yeah, I mean, like I'm gonna go over there and try to make them feel ashamed for camming. Hey, you ugly ass nigga. Shoot. What is going to stop if like guys cam up? Just the words. It's the words that bother these people. That is so ironic. So, all right, we got like Let's see, 21 seconds left. All right. So I'm gonna be critical of this type of narrative right here, because it harms people unintentionally. And when I say harm, I don't mean like uh I don't mean like, oh my God, they're gonna take a bottle of pills and then they're gonna go into the forever sleep. I'm not gonna say that. I mean, people die every day, and my suggestion is if you're not mentally ready to handle the truth, that these are not the spaces for you. I'm not trying to shame you into believing that you are not a powerful individual by cringing at what is being said over here. I mean, some of this stuff that's said by some of these men is very cringeworthy. It does harm any type of potential progress that you guys said could be made. But at the same time, if you're not being a powerful enough influence yourself, then how in the hell can you, say that nobody else can? This is what I hate about like like movements like the pro black movement. They yap, 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 but haven't really done a damn thing they goddamn self to move the needle forward. That might have been grammatically incorrect, but still, y'all know what I'm saying. I mean, if you are going to be in a position to affect some type of positive change yourself, then why are you complaining about others not doing it? It's just, I mean, shit, you know what I'm saying? Stand on your own too. You don't need me to carry on a sentiment that might be forward thinking for black men. Just be powerful enough a person to be able to do it.
Many believe it's already on its deathbed. But perhaps with introspection and a willingness to change, this space can rise from its ashes and
It's
become a
just
truly empowering
the space is burned down. Rise from the ashes like a phoenix. Like,
platform that it was meant to be.
oh God, it's
It can
so
shed its
overreacting.
reputation for grifting and instead become known for its authenticity.
Reputation for grifting. Okay. All right. When they talk about when I see like a lot of content creators, that a lot of guys whose names that we usually don't say around here, when they talk about the Black Manosphere, they will always pull up like Dennis Sperling. Even though these are the guys that I'm about to name have disavowed the space. Dennis Sperling, mediocre tutorials and reviews, fresh and fit, Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels is always going to come up. And then if they want to be really petty, they'll put just pearly things in the mix. Yeah, there is a perception out there that is like that, and these guys, they make a killing as far as well. I don't know about MTR. He doesn't do too many lives or anything, but for the ones that do lives, they make pretty good. They do pretty good. Like some have enough subs to do it off ad revenue. I mean, if you know anything about that, but this is what they're not going to bring up. At least not yet, but maybe they will one day. They're not going to bring up black men being brutally honest when they talk about the Black Manosphere. I'm not. I'm not dumbing down the value of the space or my value to the space or lack thereof to the space or anything like that. What I'm saying is, if I'm writing for something that is not exactly perceived as inclusive of a name like this, to just understand and know that I'm really doing this for black men. Even if you don't appreciate it, even if you don't you uh even if you don't consider me to be that much part of the space, is just that this is my belief is that sensible black men can make things happen, and it's this, but we got to filter through the nonsense. So so anyway.
Inclusivity and transformative power. Only time will tell. Have you ever pondered
Yeah, so anyway, like I said, shout out to DJ Kuda. He's always been a cool guy with me. He's always been pretty courteous whenever I show up in his chat. whatever. It's nothing personal, but I just think you're a little bit off. I think that you the it can be perceived as you're doing this settle up shit like everyone else does. Like you get a couple content creators you don't like, and then that's the space to you. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I didn't haven't really had a enough of a conversation with DJ Cuda to understand that why does he believe
The conundrum of the
that the black manosphere is in some type of conundrum. The only conundrum is that is the opposition. We've always faced as black men saying anything, including being an opposition to each other. Who can be a better opposition to a person or a collective more than themselves? And that's the point that I try to make. That I don't believe that black men are perfect, like that shirt that O'Shea was selling a while back. I disagree with that. I don't believe anyone is perfect. I see what he's trying to push and what he's trying to say, that we should have a belief in ourselves as black men that we have no flaws. I mean, but I am not so cocky and arrogant as to believe that. So just want y'all to understand that, yes, when it's time for black men to be accountable, then don't worry about me having a problem with that. Go ahead. But let's just face it, the accountability piece, especially the one talked about in this video, it was very subjective. Very, very, very subjective. Um, is somewhat, I would say, based in opinion, because it's like you gotta, where's the accountability? What do you mean accountability? If you ask different people what that is, you'll get different answers. So depending on who you ask, some people would say the accountability is that we need to understand what black men's part in everything that's wrong with the community, which we understand that. Some of us don't, but how much do those guys actually count? I mean, I understand if they are huge figures in this space, but again, we're dealing with perception versus reality. This video was a perception piece for whatever reason. My thing is, for people who complain about this, let's talk about what we're supposed to talk about. How am I a distraction from you? How is any content creator a distraction from any other content creator? Be good enough. What content creators do you want to save you, so to speak? What content creators are you upset with? I mean, I hear like 3 or 4 of the same names, but I mean, and those guys hear it. They hear it and they deal with it. And there's no need for me to put a cape on for those guys. But what I'm saying is this: if there is a chance for the space to be better, as this video tries to push or says it's pushing, if you keep pushing things the other way, if you keep pushing the narrative the other way, as if it's something that is extremely harmful to black men, then the guy that doesn't know a damn thing that hears this is not, or that could be a benefit, is not going to want to be a part of it. Not going to want to be associated with it, and it's working. It is working. I have to say it's in small spurts, but it's working. The negative image of the space is something that has been planted. And most of it, if not 99.9% of it, is because hoes are mad. We are a very matriarchal community, unfortunately. Yeah, this is the part where I'm going to talk about women. Oh no, here it is. That's all the Black Manosphere does. Yeah. Hoes are mad. So you got a bunch of black men that follow suit. Oh, I'm not a part of that. I don't argue with women. I don't talk about women all day. You can rest assured that. No, 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 buddy. I have the cape on.
Man, that's a female.
Like, I mean, whatever. I mean, but it's not all day, every day. And then the grifting part. The grifting part. What content creator? I mean, they'll say grifting, but if they say the content creator, then that content creator wins. I've seen content creators make a pretty good, you know, do pretty good doing a broadcast. I've seen that. And, because like I said, the other content creator, which, and I'm not saying that this is CUDA, but there have been plenty of content creators that would say that piece, when the content creator that is polarizing makes a little cash, they would say that piece is grifting. You know, I've seen it. I've seen a couple content creators do pretty good, and it usually the people donating are the people who spread love around the space. It's nothing wrong with that at all. I mean, it's not like these guys are Creflo Dollar asking for jets and shit. Like I said, I mean, I don't think that anything that any of these guys are doing as far as money is helping them end up on the beach sipping martinis with bikini clad women all over the place, feeding them grapes and shit. So y'all need to calm down with that. The inner strife, the inner strife. I mean, there's going to be an inner strife with black men no matter what. I mean, we are still a group of men that are trying to find our place over here in this Western culture, because I mean, and that's why a lot of these guys are getting passports, because they don't believe that they have a place. You know, I know that people are tired of hearing the whole passport thing, but they, it's amazing how much people will talk about black men having passports. And really, they talk about it more than the actual passport bros. There are a few channels around here that are trying to ride the wave and catch the algorithm and express their beliefs and opinions, just like the channels that complain about passport bros. So, I mean, all's fair. All's fair. I mean, they can't be more fair for you than it is for those guys. But yeah, if you are a black man, you deal with an inner strife. But they say it as if it's like it's being taken advantage of. I would say the counter talking point to that is we pretty much let black men know that we aren't crazy, that we're seeing similar to, the same shit in our neck of the woods. And we understand as black men that there is a level of programming, that we are fighting against as far as the image of the black man. Some black men don't care about the image of the black man. They care about their own image. And, that's fine too, I would say. That's fine too. So be who you want to be. If you are afraid to be black, just say so. I'm not saying you have to pledge allegiance to the black man. I'm not saying that, because we are flawed in many, many ways. But who isn't? But our flaws are on us. So I don't believe that there should be excuses made for those flaws and those shortcomings. And you shouldn't lead other black men into uh, you know, accepting their flaws and their shortcomings and making excuses for them. But who's really doing that? What black man in this space is really doing that? If I'm doing that, anybody like, Days, what's good, Days, in the chat, let me know. Let me know what excuses that I helped you create. What is hybrid catastrophic impact, 83rd power, guys like RPM, Phil Brad? What excuses did I help you create? How am I getting you to avoid dealing with what's going on in your life? Because uh, I'm sorry, that's not the Black Manosphere. That is American culture. I'm for black men doing this because we should have been doing it in the beginning. See, by not doing it, by not talking about the shit that plagues us, it brought us to this point. This point where our image is fucked up. That people say they don't respect us, but believe me, that's bullshit because hey, fill a place with black men and watch how anybody that walks in reacts. And I'm not talking about the stereotypical racist shit either. So that's cap for real, for real. And all that I don't feel safe feminist crap, stop. If a woman is accosted, and I'm not talking about those one or two instances where a young man attacking people pull their phones out. For the most part, if you've ever watched World Star Hip Hop, if a woman slaps a man and he does nothing, then if there's a bunch of guys around, nothing happens. He puts up with it, and he gets laughed at by the other guys. The second he raises an eyebrow, guess what?
Man, that's a female.
Yeah. The second he does it. So all that I feel unsafe shit, I mean, stay out bad neighborhoods. I'm not victim blaming or anything. I'm just saying, Oh God. So that's pretty much my reaction to this. I mean, it just seems extremely typical just to say this, and it's whatever content creator you feel like is doing that, you can leave it in the comment section. And I'm not saying that you don't have a right to your opinion. Everyone has a right to their opinion. The grifting problem in the Black Manosphere. These motherfuckers act like we be bringing in millions of dollars over here off shaming hoes and making black men feel that it's okay to be mediocre. I mean, there is a guy literally that has mediocre in his YouTube name, title, tag, whatever. Let me he said no one excuse here. Okay. RPM said that I'm not helping to make excuses. Just telling him that it's okay for you to screw up and not be a man. No, it's the woman's fault. It's the black woman's fault. Man. I mean, seriously. I mean, a lot of young men have that internal strife because of their mothers. Whoever. I mean, shit. But if they begin to explain this, if any of these men begin to explain this, they are immediately shamed. And you tell them to go get therapy. Most of you motherfuckers out there need therapy. I mean, seriously, man, in that sense. if you want me to tell you the truth. But I mean, I don't like when people say go get therapy and then they're very insincere about it. I mean, shit, you're sensitive for a reason. Somebody needs to talk to you about it. I can talk to you about it, but I'm not going to sugarcoat it or use some a bunch of college terms just to tell you that you know what, maybe you need to chill the fuck out. Like, that's therapeutic. If you have the ability to shoot straight with someone and tell them, hey, you need to chill the fuck out. How easy is that? Why do I need to read a book to be able to tell someone to chill the fuck out? Like, shit. Shoot, let me go back in these comments. McDrama Bear was here. Was good. Southpaw 2K1 is here. What's going on? Detroit 313, Ray Hama, the Hanma Force. Southpaw 2K1 say, Kev, if they don't like how hetero black men call out black women, tell them to take it to Oprah and Dr. Phil. Those were the ones who made millions throwing brothers under the bus for a living. Like I said earlier, man, there are very many problematic black sectors on YouTube. I mean, well, I'm not going to say very many. I'm going to say quite a few. And for reasons that, for reasons that are pretty obvious and some that we don't know, for real, they won't ever make these kinds of videos about those sectors. And the problem with that is that it's because we love to watch a train wreck. We love to watch ratchetness. We love to watch drama, but anybody trying to put a stop to the drama, then they are the problem. Then they start to say, hey, you're focused on the negative stereotypes. The negative stereotypes that somehow keep being produced by the people that we are talking about. Shoot. This is a guy saying this who calls himself running a smoke show. I mean, smoke shows are for me just is like a get it all out thing. Get it all out. What's the problem? Let's talk like a couple of men. What's wrong? What's wrong with asking black men to talk like men? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I mean, there's a problem with Oprah, with Dr. Phil. They were problems. But here's the thing: they wanted to look at least Oprah like she was a successful black person. They black. What does that matter? They black. Black women call black men the conquered. They call them all kinds of things, but they're still the offspring of black women. So hey, you know what? You're not producing a very good crop. It's either that or you don't know how to be a parent. You suck at your job. So I mean, shit. I mean, after a certain age, a black man is responsible for himself. Let's put that out there. But what happened on the way to that? Once you understand what the problem is, you are responsible for it. But let's not pretend that it was rocky getting there. Yet they can't take it 10 years of pushback, statements, criticism. Yeah, 10 years. It's been at least 10 years. No, they'll try to bring up rap music. They can't do that. Like, using rap music is stupid because there were women that were involved in rap music and hip hop in many ways, shapes, and forms. And rocked with the guys that were saying the harsh lyrics. I mean, people forget that there were two songs that came out back in those times that people complain about, because really rap music had like kind of a negative racist viewpoint because there was a bunch of black people doing it. There was a bunch of black people that wanted like calm down and stop incensing those white people over there. But there were two songs that came out, from I think the East Coast was this song called Self Destruction. And it was led by Boogie Down Productions and KRS-One. And then there was another song called We're All in the Same Gang. Both were collaborations of rappers. And it's ironic that someone was talking about stop the violence, and then their music would talk about the violence, like, um, which by and large is a real big misconception in the early days, because rap groups like NWA were only talking about the experiences they already had growing up in them streets. NWA didn't start the gangs. NWA wasn't shipping drugs to the community. NWA wasn't telling these women to have all these damn babies that's, grow up, little drive by and little mixtape. They weren't. Nah, there's nothing wrong with talking about a problem that already exists. There's nothing wrong with that. Compassionate and Callous says, a lot of these niggas regret taking the red pill, low key. LOL, they want to go back into the matrix deep down. Yeah, they want to be Cypher. They want to be able to taste the steak again. They want to believe that's a real steak. I mean, seriously. I mean, some dude made a video the other day called Cypher Was Right. It referring to the Matrix and I guess the outlook on society. I forgot who it was, but I mean, hey, dude, he had his viewpoint, and that's just what it was. I say he want to be Cypher. A lot of these dudes want to be Cypher. Nobody wants to be Neo. Being Neo is a huge responsibility. I mean, if you watch those movies or you're in that kind of thing, taking a red pill is, you live in you live in you filth. You drink water recycled from pee, and it all in the name of doing the right thing. The other side, you're in this cush environment where you get to sleep in an actual bed. Like, well, yeah, but BGS Midmore said he thought it was a cult. Yeah, man, you supposed to be the cult leader. They call you the master teacher. They call that guy the master teacher. God damn it! Like, I'm like, come on, man. Somebody like my nickname when I was 22 years old was K-Rock, and I didn't give myself that name. You'll hear Rogish the Snooze Kicker calling me that. That's a nickname I've had literally since 21 years old. The point of me saying that is that people will call you things. They will give you titles. Big Unc, even though I'm not their uncle. Shit. It's all good, man. Calm the fuck down. Not you, BGS, but shoot. These haters are steady grasping for straws. Those haters are eunuchs. No balls. Yeah, that's a fucked up thing to become. I'll say that. A eunuch. Yeah, I mean, and I was hybrid. I would say, don't stoop to their level. Don't stoop to their level. They call us names. But, calling them a eunuch is pretty tame compared to what they've called us. What they call black men who speak out of turn, who speak freely, who talks about the bullshit. Oh, man. Well, I tell you the truth. Let's see if there's the gynocracy strikes back. He said, as much as we fight, how can it be a cult? Yeah. Oh, that was that. Oh, yeah. They were talking about the infighting. I mean, like, the clash of ideas will always exist with great minds. Okay. With strong minds, if you don't believe they're great. So whatever words you want to go with, when you have strong personalities around and one believes one thing and the other believes another thing, then there's going to be the butting of heads. Sometimes people will agree to disagree, but there's nothing wrong with that with black men. There's nothing wrong with that. Conundrum. Oh boy. Reels before feels. Yeah. Detroit 313. Wow. And what says about TV hosts, shows been spreading narrative over 60 years about black men. They don't care about that. They don't want to deal with it. A lot of that shit existed before they were born. Some of that shit existed before I was born. And you know, the thing is, we have a tendency to run when things seem insurmountable. Like there's this bigger challenge. No, all you got to do is make sense and at least be factual with it. Shit, you know what I'm saying? But DJ Cuda, man, look, this ain't about, you know, us, this supposed cult or whatever, or this group thing, and you know that it just because you know we made a list, you know, let's bring the list up because the list was mentioned several times by many content creators, including yourself. It's not like I'm saying this just because you're on a list and you should be in agreement with everything that we say. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is if this space had a chance to become something positive, then putting a video like this means that you're working against that. Whatever you want this space to be, whatever voice you want this space to have, whatever you want this space to focus on, no one will fucking get it if you have not only people like you, but you got people like Kimberly Foster and people like your divestors and your sisterhood and your Paris Milans and you know your Aaron Fountains and your FD signifiers. I mean, I don't believe really that DJ Cuda wants to be one of those people. I don't believe so. I don't believe. I'm not saying that. I mean, as many times as he's talked about the Manosphere or the Black Manosphere or whatever he views this space has become, you know, but I really don't believe that he's that guy. I mean, I did believe in this video that he did drop some feminist talking points. He did, as to suggest that there's some validity to a gender war, which only exists because you got a few guys saying stuff on social media. And it said putting up minutes. Who made this video? DJ Cuda. Truth as I know it, made this shit with voiceover AI. Hello. Yeah, that's another one that does that. Shout out to Truth as I know it. I mean, just you know, there's a guy I respect too, but you know, at the same time, you know, he's one of those. Oh, it's misleading young black men. It's misleading black men. You know, black men who already have jobs. I mean, I get it. You know, and it's something that I would be willing to talk about with anybody. But you know, if the fat boy with the top hat don't want to talk, that's fine with me. I don't see him as somebody it can be reasoned with. If you know what I mean. I mean, you know, yeah, some of you guys can. I mean, guys that say that many of these content creators have YouTube daddies want to be YouTube daddies, and that's kind of weird. I mean, I'll make that point another time. You niggas ain't being accountable. Like I said, I really wish I could have a conversation about the accountability that black men need to show. And please bring up the stuff that I'm directly not responsible for, like women having kids by different guys. Yeah, that ain't my responsibility to. You know, I could say all day, hey man, stop knocking these women up, man. Stop getting them pregnant, man. God damn. I can stop, but man, that's not gonna stop people from having unprotected sex. Shoot. I mean, people I mean, you say all you want. You niggas ain't accountable. Is this misinformation about what? Yeah, because that's what Lucas said. You know, the amazing Lucas. Shout out to the amazing Lucas. He said that we are misrepresenting stats and we're spreading misinformation and disinformation and all them other cool terms that they, try to hit this space with. It's hard to misinform this space. We internally peer review every word said. We nitpick at each other constantly. LOL. What the fuck? They don't want to see that. They don't want to see that. And the fact of the matter is, many of those guys are upset because the things that they have been said, that they have even said themselves, have been nitpicked at. We have this tendency to try to, you know, believe me when I say this. Many people project. Many people say that black men emulate whiteness, but that's really kind of emulating whiteness, like just trying to. I don't know. Shit, I lost what I was saying. Shit, I'll get the thought back. Men are going to talk about women, get over it. Yeah, even if it's boobies and butts, man. Shit, we'll talk about that about women too. We'll talk about how beautiful they are. We'll talk about our own personal dating, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just whether they're successes or whether they are failures. But that's just like um that lets you know that things really aren't perfect, but at the same time they still happen. Like, yeah, one thing that we were convinced of as a growing up is that this was just going to be a perfect little situation, and it's not. We had to reset. We had to learn, learn a bit more as we go, and that's what this is. Some people don't have that guidance. I'm not saying particularly black men, but just about anybody. For real, for real. There are plenty of podcasts that deal with these things. Let's see. The haters never seem to have smoke with Cynthia G's a Prince Fella Clark of the world. I mean, there are some that are, but at the same time, just like what's her name made her rounds, and then all of a sudden she was in charge of the space. Talking about the white girl. These same ones made their rounds in the space too. And what did they come away with? A sour. They didn't come away with the sour disposition for black men. They already had it. Yet they're able to make their rounds and become popular and to amass a little bit of money themselves. And they escape the grifter narrative. But when I say sectors of YouTube that are extremely problematic, that no one ever makes videos on, I'm not talking about Cynthia G and Prince Fellow, whoever, because plenty of people make videos on them. It's just that, and it's well, okay. I don't see. I guess y'all like these same people are scared of the beef sector because I hear there is a beef sector, and I mean, like, I can chalk that up two ways: either people having fun or the environment that should be complained about. But I'm not going to complain about them. I'm just mentioning them because of the simple fact that uh, how is it the black manosphere is perceived as being worse than them to the point where no one makes videos on how problematic they are. You got a few guys that make videos about the divester sector, uh, which is a problematic space, but is that the thing is about that is that falls under all y'all do is talk about the women, that's what that falls under. So just to say that, yeah, there are some videos being made, but still, like, my thing is this is like, how can this space be worse than those spaces? We're the sanded eaters, fellas. LOL. Ain't that the truth? What is the haters' infatuation with sexual orientation? Yeah, man, that's existed for a while. You disagree with a black woman, you must be gay. If you bring up the negative stuff about a black woman, you must like men. You know, that's always been the case. And I got to tell you something. The funny part about it is that like black people are by reputation the most tolerant of the LGBT community. Yet they weaponize their lifestyle and conversations against heterosexual black men that are triggering them. Shit, we saw evidence of that this past smoke show. You know, if you talk, you're like a female. Yeah, if black man, if you speak the English language in in opposition of being of a person being called out, then you're acting like a female. That's what we learned. I'm like, wow. Shoot, at that point, you have every right to say what you want to say. Shoot. Yeah, they be quiet on divested zealot. I mean, content creators in this circle have mentioned divested zealot. Shoot, I've mentioned divested zealot a couple times. I mean, the controversial having a girl on the swing with a man hanging from a tree. You know, as to suggest that, you know, black men dying like that should make black women celebrate. You know, it is pretty despicable, but, you know, and problematic, but there's no consistent push from, you know, a large majority of people to say how problematic that is. Black men are actually gaslit into not worrying about that. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You know, a real man, they don't say nothing. Like, oh shit. I was saying, you know, and I mean, you can mention something. You don't have to spend all your time on it, but you know, just remind people of its existence. Well, we have some strong-minded and opinionated people in this world regarding the anti-dad with daughters thing we have to deal with. Yeah, the anti-dad with daughters movement. If you have a daughter, you shouldn't be a part of the Black Manosphere because you know your daughter will grow up to be a black woman. And why are you talking about black women and all this other shit? Yeah, my point of view is this: my daughter's an individual, and you know, understand this: when Lizzo is being problematic, understand that you're not Lizzo. And my daughter is not Lizzo. And my daughter is not a problematic black woman. My daughter is not someone who has raised a bunch of kids that have been problematic to their neighborhoods. Like, seriously. I mean, how can you tell? Every time they get arrested for some stupid shit, they want to call mama. Mama. Shoot. This fatherless narrative. Hey, there's a lot of fathers out here. Dude sound like a dollar store narrative narrator. Now dollar store narrator. Yeah, I think he used AI to create this video. I mean, in fact, I mean, it's not done poorly. It's actually done pretty good. How it's presented. Like I said, it is internet shiny, you know, internet polished. You know, they were doing this type of thing on Facebook, you know, with their videos there. And TikTok and all the other shit. DJ Kuda has been ordained by a higher power to get us black men in line. I mean, to an extent, I believe all of us believe that. To an extent. And I mean, like, there are black men that will more so push back on that sentiment, saying that um, you don't speak for me. I've had plenty of black men say, you don't speak for me. And the topics that were being discussed were kind of, you know, made the question mark appear above my head at times. Like, I would say something like Joe Biden is just as racist as Donald Trump, if not more racist. And they'll say something like, black, and I'll say something like, well, I don't understand why black men don't understand that. And then you'll have a black man show up out of nowhere that votes Democrat saying, oh, you don't speak for me. Yes, you keep that to yourself, you bad man. Like, okay, bruh. Okay, if you want to vote for a racist, well, you for Trump? Huh? You for Trump? I mean, I know, but I'm saying you're voting for all I would say you're voting for a racist. Shit. You're trying to avoid a racist by voting for a racist. He's the lesser of two evils. People who say that hate the people who say shit like that hate the black manosphere. The lesser of two evils. Oh man. Dr. Umar was spewing nonsense on a podcast the other day. He keep calling black women queens. I wanted to puke. If that's what you think black women is, man. If you think they queens, shit. Shoot. If you think they all of them queens for real, I got a couple places he can visit. Shit. I mean, yeah, he can uplift all day. I mean, I know how to crack a joke. I know how to make a woman smile. I mean, shit. Hey girl, you go, girl. You can do it, girl. That shit's easy. I mean, but just don't attack children when you get mad, woman. That's all I'm saying. Shit. Last time I checked, the black manosphere got bigger. Yeah, I mean, like, but is like this is like in the greater scope, they only recognize certain people. Like they'll even throw Obsidian in there too. And what happens is when any like Anton Daniels, they'll throw him in too, and he's not even claiming black manosphere. Whenever any of those guys say or do something crazy, or any black man podcaster or live streamer or a YouTuber or content creator, whenever they say something real crazy and off the wall, then the first thing that people want to say is they're part of the black manosphere. The conundrum, the audacity. The ones who left the space once, a little bit of smoke came, have never been in this space in the first place. Yeah. Yeah. There's some people out there that talking about they won't smoke. They use it for they use the words black manosphere and write a whole negative hit piece on it. There's been a few females, and then whenever anyone catches wind of this that is local to the space, then they want to start, talking about, well, the space is over and done with. It's gonna die. Someone said black manosphere in a blog on a publication. We want content creators to be out knight in shining armor. Laugh emoji, laugh emoji. Hey, trust me, man. I didn't come up here on YouTube looking to be saved, man. Never say seriously. Is that anytime black men get together, all of a sudden we are tasked with saving a community, especially if we're having conversations. We are saving a community one conversation at a time. Yes, young girls don't want to just get pregnant anymore. No, I'm just playing. I don't know. But once you hear a couple women here and there saying like, hey, I don't want to get pregnant outside of marriage. Like, I want to be that. I don't want to be Keisha. And, but that's not like that's something I hope for. I hope all of them do it. Goddamn. You always want to, you always want people to do the right thing no matter what. Whether you talk about it or not, that's the whole point, is to get to the point where we don't have to talk about these things. We just do the right thing. a white woman made a TikTok with a little girl and she asked the girl who to go to when you get lost, and she said a black man. So yeah, that don't feel safe crap is full of birds. Yeah, man, think about it, man. It's like, we're black men ain't kidnapping kids, making them disappear. Shoot. We're supposed to have the reputation of not wanting kids and getting away from them. Shoot. Immediately, let me go find your mama. Get rid of you. Do the right thing. That soundbite is a classic. It sure is. Constructive discussion, solutions, and brotherhood. Plenty of solutions have been given. The people just don't want the solutions because it makes them conscious. Shoot. RPM is actually my suffix. I have a long name. Okay. All right. Infinity. What's good? Infinity says, sorry, it's not divested zealot, it's divested toilet. All righty. Ignorance is bliss. UK Arsenal. What's good? What's good? Days, you wrong. I am not. What did UK Arsenal say? Yeah, y'all. Well, the dissenting opinions in the black community, they don't like the truth. They like to be in their feeling. In the black community, UK Arsenal. You're from the UK, okay? So if you're from the UK, I'm sure you love running to similar. The black community lives virtual reality. Yeah. No, they live something. We live something. I don't. We are the only community that operates in a gynocracy. Yeah, that's pretty much. I mean, if you don't believe it, I mean, you got black male preachers now talking about patriarchy and how bad it is. Shoot, if that ain't evidence of that, I don't know what it is. Criminals have 30% more children than the general population. Black women are choosing wrong. Don't tell them that. Do not tell them that, hybrid. Because then, we talking about the womans. Biden is a big racist. Yeah, he is. Hey, but go inside, go in front of the right black folks and mention Hunter Biden's laptop. First thing they say, what about Trump? Yeah. He can go a little, okay. There it is. The stigma that Atlanta is the gayest ever. It's just one part of town, man. That's it. It's just one part of town. Shoot. Everybody else I see, shoot, they couple up, man. Art and Stall, what's good? Like man and woman. Shit. They throw in Saint and Sinner too. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. Any black man with a Gmail YouTube account and with a mic in the black manosphere is in the black manosphere, according to them. Yeah, a lot of these guys, two guys in particular, Minister Jap and Angry Man, suggested like some months back that they should be charging people to live stream. That way it within the herd. And those who the realists are going to remain here. You know what I'm saying? And, and I thought just when it boils down to it, that was some hater shit. Angry Man, all right, but I'm not too particular about Minister Jap. So I'm looking for something to react to him on. Like I said, I hope they stay within fair use on that, and don't try to strike your boy, but you never know what can happen. And I will put it on blast. I mean, people who feel as if they can critique and they can't take a critique, this is why shows like this exist. Oh, wait till you hear Taz, Nala. They were, I've known them for years. Yeah. I've known them for quite a few years, so I mean, it's like there's a lot of people that have strong opinions about those two. I mean, is Taz actually been kind of calming down a little bit or trying to call himself being even, but then he did an anti-Black Manosphere broadcast the other day. So I'm like, whatever. Okay. They don't make distinction. They see most black men speak for black men as enemies. Is that I got to go to Mike Nickers gonna try and flag? Yeah, they might be, man. They might do that shit. They'll do that to the smaller content creators that they view as that could be somewhat of a threat, because if you have to flag someone's video, then obviously that's something that they said touched them, because I don't see them flagging a video where they're getting their asses completely kissed. I mean, I know that I don't do certain content creators. I mean, a content creator like Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews, I don't do him. I believe he probably struck up a couple people. Yeah, people like Fresh and Fit, who are on reputation does that or have done that. And I almost got deleted one time because they were doing that. They putting Red Supreme on Black Manosphere. He's also not a part of the Black of the Manosphere. No, he isn't. I'm not to say, okay, look. I'm not gatekeeping. The people decide who's a part of the Black Manosphere and who's not a part of the Black Manosphere. And a lot of the people make a lot of rotten choices based on pettiness and spite. But I haven't really Red Supreme. I've heard him say this a couple times. Wants to distance himself from most of these guys in the space just because of the belief perception of what the space is. Which to each his own. I'm not going to beg. I'm not. If you want to beg him to be, if people want to sit up there and beg him to be a part of the Black Manosphere, knock yourselves out. Yeah, I'll say that. Knock yourselves out. Yeah, I remember Red Supreme. I went on Red Supreme broadcast. This was like 2 years ago, maybe. And he saw my name. And you know how he gets a little animated sometimes. He read my comment and then turned around and said, "Only Black women are allowed to be brutally honest." Again, only Black women are allowed to be brutally honest. And that right there encapsulated the problem. Right there. Saying that right there. He even got talking points. We saw what happened before when we made a list of Black Manosphere channels. Never heard the end of it. Yeah. Yeah, that list. Yep. And we've been putting out the list for like 3-4 years, like periodically. And a female content creator, a Black woman content creator named Shay Sharday, shared the list on her community tab, and people fucking erupted like we were just telling everybody that like we were the Ku Klux Klan of Black men. And the sentiment that was expressed in this video I reacted to contributes to that. Whether DJ Kuda wants to admit it or not. I had to face a lot of shit from people for that. And a bunch of them were Black men. And you had people in this very space talk about how the Black Manosphere empowers women. But once they saw that list, there was a bunch of non-Black Manosphere people that are a fan of this female content creator, empowering her and shitting on us. Thank God for this list. I know who not to fuck with. And my sentiment in response to that is, I don't want your bitch ass over here anyway. I mean, feel free to come through. and receive a sharpening. But outside of that, if you're gonna act like that, then hey, let me kill that. I do want those people over here, to help me with the algorithm. Shoot, but it does prove what some of the guys is saying is right. Like a lot of chicks used to can come through here and they can say the same thing that we say, and they can do pretty good, which further enforces um the idea that we are in a gynocracy in the black community, in the black collective, in the Western culture. Let's see. Said apparently men in the black manosphere and red pill are incels and no other people like married men or men with girlfriends. Yeah, yeah. If we are married, we mad at women because our wives don't respect us. Yeah, I've heard that a couple times. Your wife doesn't respect you. That's why you're in the black manosphere. It's like people assume the dumbest shit. I'm mad at Red Supreme and still right now, he's on some politics. Oh, you're a mod. Okay. You're a mod of Red Supreme and still right now, he's on some politics. Yeah, he's been talking about, the migrant situation in Chicago and Detroit 313 mod. Yeah, that was a mistake of mine. Cynthia G created Taz and Island until Black Womansphere came out with the proof of why she dislikes Cynthia and her minions. She also got Michi X subscribers and is surely supporting her. Cynthia G didn't create Nyland Taz. Nyland Taz helped contribute to creating a bigger monster in Cynthia G. I would say more so O'Shea Duke Jackson put Nyland Taz in the spotlight. So, I mean, but that's very subjective. People have their own opinions about that. Shoot. So, all right. It's been an hour and 45 minutes of reacting to a 2-minute and 52-second video. But in that 2 minutes and 52 seconds, a lot was said. A lot was said. And did it make any good points? Could any of the stuff that was shared in the video true? I mean, and we're talking about even if it's 5%, 10%, 2% true. If that's the case, still some of the stuff was in the video was true. But was much of the stuff in the video mumbo jumbo? Was much of the stuff in the video very subjective to the narratives that are put out about Black men who speak out of term? And that's not necessarily a good thing. Yeah. There's a lot of mumbo jumbo in this video. The Black Manosphere is not raking in the cash. It's not. There are a few accomplished content creators, but just give them the salute. Be proud of them. Say, hey, I wish I could figure out a way to make that kind of money. Shoot. Because this is a cutthroat capitalist society over here. Seriously. There are aspects and facets of this society that is doing a lot worse to make money. But we're treating this like it's a bad thing. This is a refuge for Black men. It's a refuge. It's a space. And unfortunately, we have a lot of Black men that are against that. I don't think that Kuda, like I said, I don't think that DJ Kuda is necessarily a person who is like the people who spread these kinds of narratives. I don't have any problems with DJ Kuda, but the verdict is pretty much I do have a problem with this video. However you feel about this video, whether you feel it's the truth or whether you feel that it's a bunch of horse shit, one thing I can say, I do commend the effort of a black man on YouTube putting, that he puts into his audio visual. This is not, like I said, this is not a bad looking video, but I think the message is jaded. I do. Okay, Ray Hummer said, check this dude out. Hammond Fantastic trying to teach the young chicks who the path of the Catwoman. Hello, it's a clip. Said, this space is for black men to speak straight, no chaser. Yeah, Kev, people are definitely against that. Even sadly, other black men. Yeah, yes, they are, man. And a lot of those dudes come from different angles. I'm not gonna say all of them are mommy trained simps, but many of them are. And by them even being like that, they shoot themselves in the foot without realizing it. And I mean, like, just watch the disaster unfold. That's all I could say. The thing is, I want to tell you guys is I wouldn't let it stress me, or you shouldn't let it stress you. Yeah, but I'll check that clip out. Maybe not this time, but yeah, maybe I'll react to it. Next broadcast or something. Oh wait a minute, hold on. Let me see. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. That's hold on one second. I'll open up another tab. Okay. Mr. Young Rip has become a YouTube bully. Here's why. Super Sly 75. Man, shut the fuck up. I mean, he can have his opinion too, but fuck out of here with that shit, bro. Okay, what is this? I'm not queening this. I'm playing close. What the fuck? I want to see the whole thing so I can get the link that Ray sent. Oh shit. All right, there we go. Oh yeah, I was gonna talk about that on Saturday. Old Rhoda Osmond, 57. Okay, so okay, Ray, I appreciate these clips, but I hope there's a reason why I should be concerned about this. I appreciate anything any of you do. So, just a moment. Let me see what's being talked about. I see Mr. Fantastic in the clip. So, all righty. Let's do this.
Not all.
We're talking traditional marriage, traditional monogamous marriage. No 40-year-old man is trying to marry you, shawty.
If this is a healthy marriage, is that what you're saying, or is this me getting married just to say I'm married?
Whatever, anything at
I
all.
could definitely get a 40-year-old man to marry me. I could.
She can get one to marry.
Okay, of means of note. A man that most other women would want, and you would actually benefit something from. We're not talking about a bum on the street. We're not talking about somebody.
I think that also depends on if I possess.
The answer changing up.
But no. I think me. I definitely think so.
Okay, and okay, so
I like you guys. I know what I have to offer, and that's like, okay, if he's like, I can work with that, which most men are willing, then yes.
Okay, so hold on. So what do you have to offer the 40-year-old man?
Me, I'd say me if I'm okay. Not all.
Me. Oh man. Fair use, by the way. Yeah, is they want you to accept them for them, but it's never oh man, it's never what they can do for you. It's never ever that. It's never what they can do for you. It's never what they bring. The entitlement. Oh, and Leonard Roy was up there too. Yeah, shout out to him. That man made a video about me one time. I might react to that shit one night. I mean, I think since then there's another understanding between myself and him, so it wouldn't be anything personal, you know. Might ask like, damn, what week can I do it? Because next week I'm gonna do next week's reaction I'm doing Young Ripper versus Jody's Corner. Yeah, I thought that exchange was pretty funny, and I want y'all to see that shit. It's ridiculous. And Young Ripper 59 is not someone that strikes videos. In fact, on the video itself, he said, go ahead and use it, clip it, do what you want to with it. You know, uh, in the black community, she is right. She is a 10. Anything she says is right in the rule of Big Mama. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm waiting on God to give me a husband. Okay. If okay, that can be perceived a couple ways. If God probably already sent that man and she rejected him, or God knows not to send this. It's like, you know, God understands. God understands when it's a lost cause. Who else? Leonard Roy went in on Mr. Fantastic. Oh, he did. It was funny when he went in on what's his name? BMT. That shit was funny as shit. Shout out to Baller X. Shoot. Yeah, anyway. Okay, I'm almost at 2 hours. Reaction show to DJ Kuda's The Grifting Problem in the Black Manosphere. I would definitely like to know what tool he used to make this video so I can make videos like this on my own. Or maybe I should just stick to my particular style of video and, you know, just leave it at that. Just give this YouTube channel a personality. But I gotta say, I do understand some of the videos points, but much of it was hogwash, and spreading that kind of hogwash, which isn't true, which is based upon feeling, is the problem with us as a people is that we'll believe anything. We'll believe anything. We'll believe the negative part. If it's a problem, it's a problem. Like, you know, as far as they're concerned, we're raking in a bunch of cash. We're we're um we're clearing the bank every fucking month, and that is definitely not true, because if I was here for the money, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be making content at all. And I know there's not only me out there. There are other content creators that are doing a lot better, and shout out to them. I wish I could figure out what they're doing and apply my own style and myself to that so I can do good. Shoot, I mean, who as a content creator doesn't want that? And you are fooling yourself if you say you don't. Yeah, Detroit 313, that guy. I will confirm, yes, that guy. And, you know, I don't mind mentioning him because I don't view that guy as a threat at all. I mean, seriously. I mean, 110% positive that guy will never be a threat to me. Yeah, so there are guys that are here that feel as if they're doing good, that want to do good, but the lack of solidarity from others is the real problem. And I'm not saying that everybody has to think the same. I mean, you know, people who will see mere criticism as we want all black men to think the same. And that's not at all what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is when you put anything out there, there's always going to be room for disagreement. There is. And you know, the mature of us, the more mature of us, we understand how to deal with that. You know, everything doesn't have to be a war. Everything doesn't have to be an argument, a back and forth. It doesn't have to be fighting. It doesn't have to be threatening to dox and pull up and all that other stuff. They are just discussions. Motherfuckers should chill out. I mean, a lot of these people, man, you know, they don't do they say I don't do drugs or anything like that. But I mean, for real, if man, some of y'all need to try some weed, man, for real. Cause it's like y'all, some of y'all need to some of y'all do smoke weed. So but some of you need to try it. Like some of y'all need to calm the fuck down. And I know DJ Cuda smoked because he got dreads. Maybe he don't, because I mean DJ Cuda be on his wellness shit. You know, I give him credit for that. I give him credit for what he's brought to the space and the kind of information that he put out there. Like I said, you know, I wouldn't really know the importance of having the right microphone to speak to you guys with if it wasn't for people like DJ Cuda. So, I mean, has DJ Cuda made a worthwhile contribution to the space? Yeah, I believe that. I believe it whether y'all believe it or not. But at the same time, you know, is if someone you expect maybe just a little bit better from puts out a bunch of hogwash, then sure, call it out. Call me out if I put out some hogwash. You know, I'm not gonna say I don't mind, but you know, I will be more than happy to explain anything that I've said. That's why I got that smoke show. That's why I open up the panel anytime for anyone to invite anyone to do that. I have a true open door policy. Man, the problem is they smoke too much weed. Yeah. I mean, you know, smoking the right amount of weed, you know, that's yeah. Yeah, let's see. Guys, what's going to happen is these black women are going to be walking around begging for sex when they find no one wants to sleep with them or even want relationships with them. Fucking black women will never stop. It will never stop. If you can get some freaky freak from a woman, and that's when people start dick policing about brothers trying to get with white women, then I kind of remind him that a lot of it has to do with vagina. So let me see. Look at my likes. Oh, I got one dislike. I got one, y'all. Yeah, shit. Hold on one second. Yeah, and sometimes I think when I get dislike is the same person because it always be just one. If I was saying anything really shitty, it'd be like 5, 6, 7. But you know, I mean, whoever it is, man, thank you for allowing me to do this.
Now I'm feeling objectified by your male gaze. Damn.
All right. Yeah, dislike. A dislike. I wonder who did it. I mean, some, you know, we all have that curiosity. We do as content creators. We have that curiosity. If someone presses a that's why they don't put a dislike button on Facebook. Because if you knew who it was, nigga, you dislike my shit. God damn it, you know. No, I'm just playing. Yeah, what's this fantasy of no one messing with black women? Like, gee, no one cares. Like seriously. Like, no, like black, like I've said this before and I'll say it again, and I'll say it again. Black men and black women will never stop messing with each other. It's never gonna stop. It's you know, no matter how many celebrities and interracial relationships that you see, no matter how many passport bros there are, and believe me, I do see some of the logic in the passport bro stuff. I do. No matter how many divestors there are, problematic YouTube spaces other than the Black Manosphere, no matter how much of that exists, heterosexual black men and heterosexual black women will never stop fucking each other. It will never, ever stop. So anyone that hopes for that, don't hold your breath. or hold your breath till you pass out. Doesn't matter to me. So anyway, yeah. So just this video was kind of a summary of like some that kind of piggybacks off of the negative narratives that plague the Black Manosphere quite often. And I don't know, maybe we should work more so to, I would say, continue to prove the haters wrong. And that is something that no one should ever have a problem with. But remember, at the end of the day, you are Black men. This is the mentality that you will get approached with from time to time. And it doesn't seem to be an end anywhere in sight. So yeah, continue to keep pushing the needle, and I will see you guys the next time for another Reaction Wednesday. Thank you for watching. This is Kev. Black Men Being Brutally Honest, Reaction Wednesday. Next week, like I said, it's gonna be Young Ripper 59 versus Jody's Corner. For any of you know about that wing of YouTube, then feel free to attend. But the theme behind that one is basically gonna be black man versus nigga or wannabe nigga, however they want to be, however they want to refer to themselves. And my intention for that reaction is to compare and to show the contrast between the two men. So that's it. Long live the habitual line steppers. In Kev we trust. And when you don't give up, you shall definitely win. Peace out.